If we were to talk about how we became car enthusiasts, we probably would have some common patterns on how we got onto this road. I became a car enthusiast even without knowing it at the tender age of 4. Yes, I was extremely immersed with the joy and fun of driving fast and cool cars at a very early age in games. And like I said in the Guess Who's Back video, the channel profile picture of my father and brother. They are the ones I'm grateful for launching me onto this road. My first racing game I played was Need for Speed 2 SE, the old one on the XP. Then other games like Underground and Most Wanted. Then there were these small little cars known as Hot Wheels, which became another good reason for me loving cars. And I mean, if you're a kid of the 2000s where there are no advanced technology to make your brain dead moron, you were playing these around the house or on these orange tracks. They were cheap as well as valuable. You could get a metal and sturdy quality little car for only 100 rupees back then, which is between $1 to $2. And I remember every single time my family would go out there to get some groceries from a mart, me and my brother would go on to the second floor to check out and buy some new Hot Wheels. So we got one for each of us, and the excitement was honestly through the roof. I mean, I have one on this table right now. There were also movies about family, and family. And getting onto this road by some other regions were almost non-existent. We don't have that car culture in India. We don't have car meets as often either. More emotional rant on this video. We don't have that fancy Geneva show where there are cool cars on display for us and our father to go see and admire. And there were just some old boring cars on the streets as well. And of course, an average person here isn't rich to have these fancy hobbies, unlike these. The only supercar I knew was that a famous cricketer had owned a Ferrari 360 which was imported. Now I can make an entire video on that alone. But there was something else. Something which gave you a sense of freedom. As a creative person myself, who by the way also drew concept cars just out of my mind, I could relate to it. Sure, you had these cool cars to have it on your display and just to play around. But there's something magical about sensing the power and desire to create your own, with no imaginative boundaries or limits. This is where a product named Lego comes in. Back in 2013, 8-year-old me got this. No, earned this Lego set. Got 96% in my grades. Not a big deal, right? You were only in second grade back then. But it left an impact, an enormous one. Furthermore, it wasn't any generic Lego set with blocks and stuff. It was a proper hardcore engineering set, or what I call a Lego Technic. First of all, if you don't know what Lego is, it's kind of weird, strange even. But hey, to put it in simple words, they are just interlocking bricks which can be used to make different builds like modular building, monuments and even cars, which is my point today. But you see, I'm not talking about any simple Lego system builds, with bricks and all. I'm talking about Lego Technic, a more complex category of Legos focusing more on automobile vehicles, which are built by these pins, axles and these weird beams if you're not familiar with it. And like I said, it is related to cars, boats, construction vehicles and many more. Point being, it's not that popular amongst the LEGO scene when it comes to the majority of the target audience, which are kids. This category hides on the sidelines, but adults like me and others love it. Though it looks like a toy, I've always seen these adults with those having joy while building it, and a slight smile when it's completed, which makes it more than just a toy. They also regularly come in big packages with hundreds and thousands of parts. And if I were to show you the graph of parts to enjoy meter, here it is. But then why it is not that popular? The main target audience and sometimes even adults don't like it as much. For example, a famous LEGO YouTuber known as Tiago Catarino made a LEGO Technic review and the title says for itself. The main problem that he didn't understand the system and taking it apart is quite painful process. Can relate. I get it. I know normal bricks with expert batch can be complex as well, but LEGO Technic is in an entirely different league. It really would take you almost a year or more to understand the system, where you have to build it often while making constant improvements to your mistakes, flimsy chassis being one of them, which I also struggled with. And then you got this. Wait, Danny. Tell me how this related to me as a car enthusiast. Sure, you have these Technic pins that can be used to make cars, but so can other themes and toys as well. Ho ho ho. Then I have a news for you. Look, I've taken course in automation and robotics and mechanical engineering, so I could enjoy the working functions of many technical things. But as a first year, we do have, in my opinion, some of the most useless stuff like linear algebra, great kings and philosophers of the time, and even biology at some point. And that too of fucking plants. What the fuck am I supposed to learn from that, huh? Asexuality? So if you have no idea of what you can learn from this, let me give you a taste of what it can do. The recent releases and the most expensive set is this Leber LR 13000. Stating it as a big model is an understatement. It is a remote controlled model with many functions like crane in real life, and every single function looks so cool, where the building technique and limits of these axles, pins and beams are tested and improved every single year. And did I even give a scale? Here is blast from racing brick next to the thing. It is really huge, and with some added counter load it can lift up to 3.3 kg worth of weight, as seen here with another LEGO set known as the bucket excavator with many functions as well. There are also these pneumatic functions, other sets like John Deere skidder, where you have the air pressure doing the work of compression and contraction of the functions, and this tow truck where the tow is also controlled by these pneumatic hoses. Not interested in that? And if you want a flying vehicle, there is this Airbus H175 rescue helicopters with awesome functions, especially this collective and cyclic control system which is used in real helicopters. That's how you do it. Interested in bikes? This BMW M1000RR, one of the best bikes in the market, has a Lego form with almost 2000 pieces. You get a big 1/5 scale bike with working steering, suspension, drivetrain, working engine, and the sickest of all, a working 4-speed gearbox. Yes, a gearbox in a toy set. And by experience, I will tell you how it can affect and make you learn ahead. But moving on, we also have a new motorcycle releasing this year for Yamaha fans. It is the Yamaha MT-10 SP. Same scale as BMW with functionality, but with an entirely different and new type of gearbox, with new pieces and techniques to make it work like it should. It is just awesome. As a naked bike, it looks phenomenal as well. Now, what we car enthusiasts yearn for: car builds, and man, do LEGO has something to offer us. Want an off-road car? Here is the Audi RS Quattro e-tron. Interested in track-focused vehicles? Here is the Bugatti Bolide. Want a Le Mans car? Here is the Peugeot 9X8. Into supercars? Here is the Ford GT. F1 fan? The McLaren MCL36 Formula 1 car at your presence. But here are the 4 giants of supercars and my favorite cars in LEGO of all time. the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the Bugatti Chiron, the Lamborghini Sian FKP37, the Ferrari Daytona SP3. God, do I love these cars! And when it comes to its functions, you have got steering, working suspension, functional engine, drivetrain with gearbox, all-wheel drive for the Lamborghini and the Bugatti, and standard rear-wheel drive for the Porsche and the Ferrari. These gearbox are something out of this world. You've got an 8-speed dual clutch or a semi-automatic transmission with paddle shifter just like in the real cars, opening hood, engine covers and doors, standard opening doors for the Porsche and Bugatti, scissor doors for the sexy Lamborghini, and butterfly doors for the beautiful Ferrari. Bro, you have no idea how happy these things will make you feel when you complete the build of these sets. And building this as a child really gives you a perspective of how these things work. Handmade, which always makes you want to learn even more about these technical things. Develops your mind, and I guarantee if a child is interested in this thing even as an adult, like me because I have a mental age of 5 and I still want this Lamborghini Sian. Over the years I have learned these things as a 12-year-old from the start, and it can be fun, and this can be fun to point out. I learned all of this in a practical way, like a simple thing a car can do is making a turn, right? The scientific theory about it is that the outer wheel is moving or rotating faster than the inner wheel. So a normal straight axle won't do you good in this situation without slipping the tires. So you add a differential. Suppose this is the input shaft coming from the transmission, this is the gear driving the differential, and this here is our differential. Now when the gear is rotating, it rotates the differential, and if you force the tire on the one side to stop, the other one is still moving, and when you take the maximum turn radius, the one wheel is independent of the other, making them spin freely at any speed. Now I would leave you up to how it works practically. Even in the early days of donut videos, they explained this differential by these specific parts as well. Can you believe it? And when you do understand it as a child, it really compounds over the years. While other kids are wasting time on brain dead content on YouTube, Instagram, and for you US kids, TikTok, you are learning something practical to mold your future as a car enthusiast. And some of them say it's just a garbage toy. Fuckers, man. Next important thing about turning is the steering system, which also has something interesting. You see, when the front wheels of a car is turning, the two wheels in the front does not have the same angle. The inner wheel has turned less than the outer wheel has. You might see it when shown practically. The scientific reasoning behind this angle alteration is because the perpendicular line of each wheel in the front should match the perpendicular line of the back wheels to avoid the slip of the tires, and this was improved and realized for over almost a century to make it into this scientific configuration. That's why you see these big cranes with multiple wheels having this different sort of steering angle for each wheel. And heck, Lego never seems to amaze me because they replicated it in this crane by altering gear ratios to make it turn efficiently. And Lego also shows you how to make it even better by adding suspension components as well, by showing you various and creative techniques and methods to add suspension. This one has a Formula 1 type suspension, push rod suspension, pull rod suspension, transaxle type of suspension in the DOM's Charger, and even these 4-wheel independent suspension where the dual arms always ensures a constant patch of tire is touching the ground, while making it possible for the suspension to work as well without any stress. But we aren't at the best part yet. Look, I know the basics of gear ratios and how it affects speed and torque, but if you buy one of the 2 bikes I talked about, and even the supercars I talked about, or any of these sets, it would be great for you to understand it practically. My god, are these amazing pieces of crafts. I love these gearbox and their mechanics. And if you are a parent and your kids are interested in cars and Legos, because of course they are, give this set to them, man. Reality, facts, and logic. We can't deny these concepts, and while these Technic sets are factually really good and innovative because it's Lego's slogan, only the best is good enough, and that best comes at a cost, an expensive one at that. We have seen memes of people struggling to either save their money or to spend it all on Lego. Man, even adults can relate to that, and that's only from the people of the US. As the title and thumbnail says, Lego in India are expensive as fuck. My motivation to make this video comes entirely from this problem alone. Look at these prices, man. The BMW motorbike, initial price $230, cheaper if you buy from some of the other retailers. But the official price in India, 29,000 rupees, which is $351, a 57% increase just out of it. The Bugatti Bolide, $50 in the US but $78 in India, 50% more again. The Ferrari 488 GTE, $170 in the US and $242 in India. I don't even know what to say, man. Older sets also increase in value because the set I got in 2013 was only $15 at the max. But now it's... But oh no, it wasn't the end. Let's talk about the big three because the Porsche is gone forever. The new Ferrari Daytona SP3, $400 brand new. Here it is 55,000 rupees or $666. A discontinued Bugatti Chiron, $350 at launch, but now close your eyes, imagine how expensive could it be? Yes, no, it's $908 fucking dollars in India. 908. And if it gets any more personal, the Lamborghini Sian, the car I want to buy since my birthday this year, which is more than half a year ago now. $380 on release, but now $787 in my country. I hate this country for this, man, and I know why. Since I was an economics student, I know why these products are so expensive in India. Import duties. If you don't know, we import a lot of things in India for keeping this country running and export a lot less in comparison. So the money goes out more than it comes in. So there's a problem here. And so in the 1900s, our beautiful government charged extra tax money or import duties so that we are incentivized forced to buy from this country and or export because there is little to no tax for doing that. And that's why it is such a pain in the ass to own a supercar here in India, because India only makes boring shit boxes. So let's take a look at some of the dumbest people in India who cannot even fathom the fact of import duties and then complain or even mock the Lego products on Amazon. Great price for India market. It's Indian, by the way. A little higher and I can buy the real one instead of the toy one. And 8 bitches found this helpful. How is this helpful? Oh, I am too broke and stupid to understand the concept of buying this product. And of course this is written by a 14-year-old child who missed his economics lesson and is salty that he can't buy his dream set or something. I don't know. And by the way, the real one is 25 crores or around $3 million. There are also other dumb fucks who just complain about the price and the set being a difficult one to join and that it's just a waste of money while not even being verified purchase customers. How ironic. The other two mocks I was pissed off about were these two on my favorite Lamborghini Sian, for which I have been waiting for almost half a year to buy. But here it is. Is there a 22 karat gold body? No. Is this the biggest idiotic thing for abnormally sounded fickle-minded person, lol? Bro, whoever Indian has asked this, not even asked, mocked my precious Lamborghini buyers, and even me because I'm going to buy one, I would punch his ugly face into the oblivion. And my man John Renius in India gets it, mate. Yeah, I know India doesn't lack creativity, interns and accounting of schools who just wants us to be mindless robots memorizing useless shit. And in the end, the power you get out of building Lego as a child or even as an adult really makes you creative and makes practical learning fun. As an architect, by these modular buildings, or as I said, car enthusiasts or engineers by these Technic, and for big builds as well. It improves your concentration and focus while others are watching YouTube shorts and Instagram reels knowing full well that it's a clear waste of time. And these are the same Indian fucks who call Lego a garbage toy and that it's a waste of money. Whatever they say, I don't listen to losers anyway. And losers would click off this video right now. And if you're still watching, then either you're a car enthusiast or interested in Legos. So in conclusion, I would say that Lego gives you the freedom to make your own. And specifically for car guys as myself, Technic has some great things to offer us. I mean, there are tons of MOCs online with various car models and concept cars made by our community. I mean, you can choose any engine configuration, 1 cylinder to inline 4 to V8 to V12 to inline 100, any drivetrain, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, and also 4-wheel drive. Any type of car, off-road, super, race, pickup, SUV, classic, and my own race car. Hope you liked the car. It really was a long project, but it was fun building it. Had minor issues here and there, but god do I love this car. And so anyway, goodbye, viewers.